Hello friends, I'm finally doing a skincare video. I know this has been requested on my channel for a very long time. I'm not active that much on YouTube anymore, but on Instagram, and I always get the questions about my skincare routine and what do I do to maintain it and what do I do in general to take care of my skin. First of all, little disclaimer, I want to tell you that every skin is different and every skincare routine should be personalized. Looking firstly at your skin type, at your texture, at your main concerns, at things that involve just not skincare. But as I always say, beauty comes from the insides, so beauty comes from within. And I'm a strong believer in what kind of food and what kind of nutrition and care you put inside of your body. Your skin, which is the outer layer of it all, will resonate with the things that you do with your body. So firstly, I think it's a very important thing to tell you. The body always needs to be hydrated for your skin to maintain a really good level of quality. Secondly, I would say nutrition. Nutrition is our fuel. It's basically what we eat, and we are what we eat. So for example, I know myself when I have sinned a little bit, when I have drank too much wine, maybe, when I have, for example, eaten a lot of fried food, my skin reacts immediately. I would say the next day I get little pimples around my chin, sometimes on the forehead, but not so much. I used to get it when I was younger, but mostly around my chin, and you can see two little guys here. They're telling me, Christiana, you ate too much chocolate yesterday. So please take these signs and these indications as your skin crying out to you, telling you something is wrong. You're putting something wrong inside me. I cannot take it anymore, so I'm gonna make a big pimple on your chin. I'm not talking about cystic acne. I'm not talking about genetic problems that people do come across, and a lot of issues with their skin. This is something more serious, and it should be looked into more deeply. I wouldn't say that there's a perfect solution for acne, just one solution. I would say there's so many little nuances, and there's so many things that could happen to you if you do have acne, or if you do have a psoriasis or inflammations of the skin. It is because you have some sort of imbalance, and it needs to be adjusted with a doctor. It needs to be taken seriously, and I'm not here to guide you through these kind of problems, because initially I think body is a one huge cycle, a big bicycle that runs on 2, 3, 4 wheels. Let's imagine this kind of symbolism. And if one thing breaks down, if one little screw comes loose, the whole system starts to crumble. In my eyes, this is what I believe, this is what I have studied, this is what I have come across with my own experience, is that everything should be in balance, and you should be always taking care of your insides more than your actually outside. And I hope you understand why. So that's out of the way. Let me just tell you what kind of routine that I have and what kind of skin that I have, because not everyone will have my skin. My skin is quite dry and also oily. In the summertime, I would say that my T-zone gets very shiny and very oily fast. It's because we sweat a lot. I live in a climate that is quite humid, and it does get really hot in the summer. So I try to change up things a bit in the summer, but mostly I try to stick to one thing. because although my skin is oily and it produces a lot of oil in the summer, it is still deep down, it has the type of being dry and even dehydrated. When I don't drink a lot of water, I can feel it immediately. If I don't eat a lot of fruits and vegetables, I can feel it immediately. I'm very in tune with my body and my mind at the moment, so I can really tell what is happening. If I get some pain or some headaches or things about things from my organs or gynecology problems, I can feel them, and that is a very, very important thing to have, I think. With age, people would be nice if they understood their bodies more so than you go to a doctor and they tell you what to do, basically. I think this kind of subject should be taught in every school. Nutrition, health, mental health, even meditation. And yeah, it's a little little off from the topic, but well, so also my skin has tendency to get comedogenic. I hope I'm pronouncing this correctly, which means that I have tendency on clogged pores. And I have noticed this once I've got older, the last 3 years, my pores have enlarged, and I do get a lot of blackheads around this area, nose and chin. Less on the forehead, but these are my main concern areas. And when I was younger, I didn't know what kind of problem I have or what kind of issue I have to combat it and actually make the quality of my skin better. So this is the first thing that you should do. You should understand the issue of your skin. What is exactly that you would like to change, would like to enhance, would like to help, and then go for it. Also, because I want you to know that everything you see on Instagram, on magazines, on TV, it's all airbrushed, and people usually don't have pores, but all of us have pores. And I think the people are, of course, nowadays they understand that it's all false, but there's still some people out there that think that you have to have a perfect porcelain skin. I absolutely think is wrong. I think you should always have like a healthy looking, healthy balance in your skin, and not strive for the perfection, because you can go insane for striving to perfection, and actually your mental stress can really affect your skin. So don't strive for perfection. There's no such thing as perfect skin. Only when you are a baby, when you come out in the first months, or you have a very, very lucky, beautiful genetics when you don't have any pores, your skin is very even, and it's a great, great skin in general. So don't beat yourself up. Don't beat yourself up if you not getting perfect skin. Thirdly, since my skin is comedogenic, I have to target blackheads, and sometimes I do get whiteheads still, because with hormones, with the hormone moment in my life, I do get them, but I try to combat them as well, try to eat better, try to take care of myself around when I get period, because I know that's the most sensitive time of my month, and I already know my body and I know what exactly to do on those days. There is some supplements that you can take and that also can help you with hormones and the quality of your skin and the vigor of your skin, and in general to maintain a good vitamin and mineral level. There are supplements, but I'm not going to touch this topic in this video, because that would be possibly another topic that I would like to talk about in the future. What kind of balance have I found to help me with the quality of my skin, which are such basic, simple things, but and they're really easy to get, but this information is very scarce. And on the internet, people do not talk on it that much, I would say. So let me know if you would like to see a video on what kind of supplements I take, and I'll try to make it soon. Fourth thing is, what did I want to say? And the fourth thing is that, as I said, this is only my skincare routine. I'm not a doctor, I'm not a dermatologist, I am an expert in my field because I'm a makeup artist for long years, and actually skincare has come into my life a lot, trying to understand the ingredients and what works, what doesn't for every skin type. That is my expertise, but as an academic education, I don't have that. So please keep in mind, this is my own experience and my own result and my own efforts. So this video would be good targeted for dry, dehydrated, comedogenic skin. So blackhead prone skin. So firstly, I'm gonna start by showing you what I would use if I would take the makeup off. And there are actually several products depending on the heaviness of the makeup that I have. Now I don't have anything because it's morning, but for the nighttime I would definitely take off makeup. And I would use not the classic micellar water, because I believe that the commercial brands have a very high percentage of alcohol in it, and it did dry my skin out a lot using Bioderma, all these commercial brands, Garnier Air Tried. So I found this on Spanish pharmacy. It's called cleansing water, Iceland cleansing water. It's a very pure form of micellar water. It doesn't have so many additions. You can see the ingredients list is very short, and actually, oh, there's still price on it. And actually, it does take my makeup off pretty good. I wouldn't use this with the waterproof mascara, for example. For that type of removal, I would use a cleansing balm, something like this, because my skin is a bit dry around the eyes especially. I would use something milder. And as I said, depending on the heaviness of makeup, this would probably go for when I have like a full heavy foundation on, and then just kind of with circular motions, I would rinse everything off. Also, I've been starting to love this micellar water from Sensilis. It's a Spanish brand. Really nice brand for sensitive skin, and I would say mostly of their products are pretty ecologic and clean. And yes, I love this one. So once I've done that, I would actually move on to a cleanser. And the cleanser, in my eyes, in my opinion, is the most important part of your skincare. No matter what kind of creams, what kind of expensive moisturizers you're gonna have, if you're not gonna have a nice clean base that doesn't have a buildup of skin, a comedogenic grease or blackhead forming level of your layer of your skin, nothing is gonna absorb. You're gonna have a film, a layer of this expensive cream on top of your skin just sitting there, and honestly you're gonna be wasting product. So find a really good cleanser that cleans enough but doesn't strip away your natural oils. So what I mean by natural oils is that your skin has vigor, your skin has bounce, your skin has collagen in it, and all these little parts of your skin are maintained by the vigor. So if you use something that it will strip away, not this one, some sort of other cleanser that firstly is maybe meant for oily skin, maybe it's meant for some combination skin, and you actually have very dry skin, it will over dry your skin, and it's gonna ask for more. It's gonna ask for more moisture, so you're gonna have to slather on a lot of moisturizer, which in this case would take more product, and you will have to buy it more frequently. So by saying this, I really love this CeraVe hydrating cleanser because it does have hyaluronic acid, and this is something that my type of skin really needs when I clean it. And also 3 essential ceramides, and definitely because my skin is a comedogenic type of skin, please always look at the fragrance. I would definitely tell you the colorants and the fragrance does make your skin more blocked and more comedogenic. So always check for a cleansing balm or cleanser that is fragrance free. So I've been using this for 6 months and I really love my routine now, and I really feel that my skin is the greatest I've ever had since I was 20 years old. And it all comes because I've been maintaining a good routine. I've been listening to my skin, listening to my body, and just understanding it better in general. So after I cleanse my skin, where is it? I'm moving on to exfoliation. And this is very, very important when you have comedogenic skin. Let me tell you why. Because let's, for example, say you only use a cleanser, toner, and moisturizer. Over time, there's going to be dead skin built up, microscopic dead skin built up. Although you feel so soft and so nice with just a cleanser, let me tell you, the skin is so capricious that it needs to be scrubbed, it needs to be taken care of. And by exfoliating, I personally do this twice a week, the Dermalogica fine milled micro powder. I think it was like based on a rice enzyme. Salicylic acid and rice enzymes, which if you know about ingredients a bit, salicylic acid breaks down blackheads. So it literally just kind of goes under in the pore and tries to break down the grease and the bacteria and the buildup you have. So in cleansers and exfoliators and all your skincare should involve salicylic acid, maybe EHA, BHA. I think salicylic acid is EHA, but something that is very finely milled. I always suggest to have an exfoliator like this. To be honest, I personally hate the exfoliators that are bigger grains because they don't do any work on any skin type, to be honest, even on oily skin. I think oily skin also needs sensitivity to it. It doesn't need to over clean it and over scrub it so it produces more oil. So I would use this. Sometimes on the rotation I would use by Wish Trend as an alternative, the green tea and enzyme powder wash. But both of them, if you check the textures, they are super, super thin. They're very fine, you see? So you don't damage your skin when you scrub it. So I would do this in circular motions and then I would wash it off. And I would use, always, I would use a towel that is 100% cotton towel, and that comes from ecological source. This is the most important thing for me, because when I finish the exfoliation and the scrubbing, I can really get into these parts of my nose, which usually get blocked a lot around the nose, and just scrub away any other dead skin. That's a really good step and a tip to have as well. Then the next step, because my skin is comedogenic, I've been repeating it, but it is what it is, I need a heavier acidy exfoliation. I would say once a week I need it. And what I've been loving, and I've been seeing a lot of people talk about this, is the Ordinary peeling solution with AHA 30% and BHA 2%. It does have a hyaluronic acid again, it does have the salicylic acid concentrate, and there's also vitamin B, really, really good one. This one I put on the nighttime only because I think it strips away a little bit too much and makes the skin a little too sensitive for me to go outside in the sun. Even with SPF, I feel like this is a good evening treatment, basically. So after that is done, I wash my face again, use my towel, and now we move on to the next part, which is applying my serums and my moisturizers. Nothing too complicated. So firstly, I would start with, or sometimes I skip this because, to be honest, toner is for you to balance your pH level back. So when you clean your face, you strip away the oil, and your pH level is very sensitive at that moment, so it absorbs a lot of things. It's like raw, like paper, you know. So I either don't use anything, because there are studies that within 30 minutes your natural pH level balances out. So in 30 minutes, if you don't do anything, nothing is going to happen. This is just to kind of prepare your skin for a skincare type of products, like the treatments, you know, and this helps it to regain the pH level fast. This one is from Sensilis, and it's a purifying balancing toner. I've been using it for a couple of times and I like it. Only thing is that is meant for combination on oily skin, but that doesn't bother me because this is targeted for minimized pore appearance and tones the skin with the zinc and linen ingredients inside, which will really help my areas of my pores here and here and here. So I don't mind. I've been testing it and I like it a lot. But that said, toner is not as necessary as cleanser, for example. Moving on, then I would apply my combination. So I would apply an eye cream. This is my favorite eye cream of all times. It's from Cantabria Labs, All Skin Med. It's an anti-aging eye cream with peptides in it. And to be honest, when I was 25, I used to have a very apparent line under my eyes already. And I was thinking, like, what to do, you know? I tried a lot of eye creams, and to be honest, none of them helped. They were more nourishing creams than ever. I'm just going to put a little bit because I haven't put anything on. And yes, and then I started reading about this one, that it has very good benefits in it, and I tried it, I loved it, and I've been using it ever since. When it comes to applying the eye treatment, let me tell you, the eye cream doesn't need to go here. The eye cream needs to go in the crease line around your eye, a little bit in the crease here, and then under the eye, but not next to the lash line. This is absolutely something that everyone has skipped and no one knows about this, but the eye cream is not meant for the lash line. The eye cream, and not even more so rubbing between the eyelashes, it is meant to be put around your eyes, because this skin is different than the rest of the skin. It has even a different pH level. It's actually similar to the lips, so you can even put around the lips a bit, the eye cream. But this is what I always do. I put it in the eyebrow, but never around the lash line, because you don't know what kind of effect it will have with years. It's not meant to be there. Okay. That. And then I move on to a anti-aging retexturizing serum. This is also by Cantabria Labs. It's a Spanish brand, and it has AHA acids in it. And to be honest, 2 years ago I had very crazy hormonal acne here. Well, I wouldn't say acne, but I had some sort of reaction my body didn't like. For me, I think it was a lactose allergy that I just didn't kind of know about. I used to eat so much lactic products, and I didn't really pay attention to that. So I think in the end it was the diet and the nutrition. But this guy really helped me to even out the little scars that I have, the little bumps, the little textures, the enlarged pores, and it saved me. I would say that I usually use like a pump like this, and that's enough, literally. You don't need more. And I would just rub it between my hands and then just press it in. I wouldn't rub it, I would press it. And even put this on my neck, because the neck is also part of our face. And I would press it like that and just let it absorb for a little bit, for a couple of minutes. On rotation, I use sometimes the C vitamin treatment. This is very good because I live in a sunny, hot country, and during the summer, no matter what kind of SPF I use, SPF 100, SPF 50, I do get sunspots around my forehead. It is from my mom. My mom has it. I think genetically, my skin is just very pale and sensitive in that sense. So to target that and to combat that, I use the Eva Natural Skin Clearing Serum, which has 20% of C vitamin, 2% of salicylic acid, again to help break down the blackheads, 5% of hyaluronic acid, 3% of niacinamide, and 2% of retinol, and 10% of MSM. It looks like this, and I would also take the same amount as I did before, just put it on my hand, rub it between, and then press it on. This I would use definitely more in the evening because, as we know, C vitamin has a reaction towards the sun. Even with all the SPF, I wouldn't risk it. I would just put it on the evenings when you go to bed. All right, and after this, also one thing on rotation that I use sometimes is the ordinary retinol. That's 0.5 in squalane solution. Very, very mild concentration, so I don't consider this a very, very crazy, over-the-top product that is gonna burn your skin, but please take care with all the retinols and acids and do patch tests first before you go ahead and put it all over your face. Because at the end of the day, it's better to have one red spot than the whole face red and sensitive. This is what you need to figure out. So, and after that, that would be basically it, I would say. Oh, moisturizer. That was the one thing that people always put high, you know. For me, moisturizer is to retain the moisture that comes naturally out of my skin the whole day. So I would say that I have found a moisturizer that doesn't clog my pores, that is fragrance free, that is 100 out of 100 on Yuka app, which is the rating app for clean products. I really do believe in that app because of course you have to do your own research with things and with concentrations and which is clean, which is dirty product, but this app has helped me a lot actually. So I'm using the Manyo Korean brand. It's called the Thermal Water Moisturizing Cream, and its most potent ingredient, of course, is water, which is 70%, and it has 11 minerals inside of this, and it's fragrance free and doesn't have colorants, which means it doesn't clog my pores. I cannot tell you for how many years I've been trying so many oils, I've been trying moisturizers, all sorts, not comedogenic, claimed to not block your pores, but in the end I did have bad reactions to moisturizers, to BB creams, even to makeup. Nowadays I've been starting to get more reactions to foundations that I use because my skin is already used to this kind of clean moment in its life, and when you put something that, for example, has a lot of talc in it, or that has a lot of fragrance or perfume, it reacts. It's like, what are you putting on me? You know, for these 6 months, 1 year, you've been good to me, and now you're putting a new foundation and it reacts. And this actually happened yesterday from a new foundation I was trying out. Very concentrated around here, the forehead area, and it just indicated to me that this foundation is so beautiful. It looks beautiful on the skin, but my skin doesn't take it. It breaks out. So I have to be careful with the makeup products I also use, and please pay attention to the ingredients that you do have in the foundations or concealers or powders or bronzers, blushes, and even lipsticks that are meant to be here on the lips. You sometimes cannot put it on the cheeks. I know it's an old method to put it all over from our grandmas. But this product sometimes is not meant for here, so it does block. Anyways, so I would use the moisturizer all over my face, which actually I'm gonna do it now just to show you. And I would just put a tiniest amount, not more than that. You don't need to slather on a huge thick layer of it, because first of all, you're just gonna ruin the product. Ruin product, no, but you're gonna spend more money on this, which you could be saving up for like maybe half a year more, or you're just gonna slather on a layer that will not absorb, and that way you block your pores even more. It's an adverse effect. So you put it, and then again, just press it. I always press, but with a little bit of strength, as you see. I press it, not rub it. Like layering, you know, in makeup as well. Okay. In this case, if I would have to run now, if I would have to go out and there's sun, I would skip the moisturizer and I would just put my SPF. And this is very, very important as well, guys. Please don't buy the first any brand. You just go into the supermarket and you see, oh, this SPF is 50% off. It's a 50, it looks good, the packaging looks nice. It does have a lot of bad ingredients in it, so be mindful that SPFs do clog pores, and some of them don't even work under makeup. Some of them make these little bumps and these weird little balls that you mix with the foundation, and then it looks awful. You have to start over again. So be mindful and test your SPFs. So for example, if I wasn't going out, I would use my normal moisturizer. If I would go out, I would skip the moisturizer because it would be too heavy for me, both things, and I would use my SPF. And this SPF is from a Swiss brand called Just. Not a very popular one, I would say. I had to order this one through a representative, like you know, Avon representatives. I had to find a woman that helps me to source this, and actually this big package was 30 euros, but it's lasting me for months. And I will put this all over my body as well when the summer comes, but for face I need a tiny little ball, and that's about it. I depotted in a small little container, so I have it on the go in my purse, but this one has been a lifesaver. I was looking for an SPF for a while that is good for the body and also the face, and it's been a real pleasure using this one. I will say it does have fragrance in it. It does have a chamomile, a strong chamomile scent, which for me reminds me of Latvia, the chamomile teas. And but I don't know, the formula is working pretty good, and I have no comedones. I have no blocked pores from this, although it does have fragrance. So you have to test it out. I would say, to finish the video, you have to find your own perfect routine that you do and that you know. These are only little guidelines, little suggestions that I have tried, that I have used, and I hopefully that this video helps a little bit for you to understand what does it take to find the perfect routine. I would say in general on rotation I use 10 products that are like my main staple products, and then sometimes I add some things like using cleansing balms or switching up, for example, a toner, which I well, generally I don't use, but this I like. So just be flexible with it, be open to some change, try to get little samples in the stores if it's possible, because you don't want to buy a huge size like this and then end up not your skin not loving it or having a reaction to it. So be a mindful customer, consumer, try to get little samples and don't overbuy things. Research them before, consult a doctor if you need, if it's a more heavy issue and more heavy reaction that you have. And that is about it. Thank you guys for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it and you got something from it. I would like to hear, maybe you have some requests or suggestions towards something in the future that you would like to see. As I said, I will be talking a bit, maybe, a bit about the supplements that I've been taking, and I've been doing a lot of massages now, courses about that, and I want to also share with you some of the gua sha techniques I've been using, some of the kinesiology tapes that I've been using, which is a new Korean technology with combating, how to say, relaxing the muscles and putting them in the right way as they need to flow with the lymphatic system. So that's something very interesting that I've been learning. And yeah, let me know anything, any suggestions, any comments. I will try to reach back to you soon. Take care. Bye.